them into battle here. Yes. What a force moving here on this left flank. Oh, my compliments to the chef, sir. Let's get in, lads. I wasn't expecting that. So lads, don't give up. Greetings and welcome to episode 64 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Russia campaign. This, my friends, we left it last time, where we have Persian forces attempting to sort of bypass the blocking force we've put here in Chechnya to stop any sort of Persian forces being able to sort of exploit the weakness we have in depth behind these forces here. We don't have anything behind these forces at all to stop any significant Persian push away from Chechnya and further afield, possibly even to Moscow. And with that in mind, the council has come up with some wonderful advice, some exemplary advice. My friends, it's been absolutely fantastic. I thank all of you, all the council, for your wonderful advice. We've had requests for promotions, which will be done next episode. Whichever episode falls in where we don't have a battle to start with will be the promotion episode. I can promise you that, my friends. Also, we've had a significant amount of advice in terms of what we do in Persia as well, primarily bringing a church into being. So in other words, constructing a church there, removing one of the universities, putting a church in its place to make sure we get that sort of religious unrest under control. Also making sure that all the roads, infrastructure is absolutely a prime set example there for absolutely being at full capacity there, the infrastructure, to make sure we've got our roads at full capacity to allow our forces, because we do have a huge gap between cities there. We've got Baghdad, which is probably at least 600-700 miles away from Isfahan, which is sort of the capital of Persia. So again, we've got that massive gap between getting forces to and from the front. Also, the majority of the councils are calling for Ceylon, the island just off the coast there of India, being taken by ourselves as sort of a staging of operating base for future operations against India, which will come. Now, we are at war with the Mughal Empire, and that is going to be absolutely crucial. That island must be taken quickly, and indeed with all due diligence here, because we need that, as I said, that forward operating base. The council really has pushed hard for that. We will attempt to free up some forces to make that happen, because, as was said, if we're going to be attacking from shall we say, the Persian front, from the west there, the Mughals are going to meet us at that one singular point. They're going to focus all their forces on the main thrust, but if we can attack them from behind, as the council said, if we can launch an attack from Ceylon, using Ceylon as that sort of operating sort of base, as it were, and then attacking in sort of the Mysore and in the sort of the southern part, the deep southern part of India, then that gives us a chance to sort of draw forces away from the sort of initial impact, where it would be from where we're coming from Esfahan from the west there, so we would attack from the south and from the west, and really sort of try and push the Mughals against those two forces. But that is a considerable way away. We have to deal with Persia first, and it really has been a brutal fight. We sort of boxed them in here. We've managed to sort of really hem them into this one position here, almost into this cauldron here, and they are sort of really starting to sort of kick and try and you know, smash their way out of this encirclement. We have to hold it. We have to hold this encirclement against all costs. As you can see, we have an incredibly elite army here, which is pretty much our most powerful one in Chechnya, upon this flank here. But look at this, we have here the great Tsar cannon here, which is an absolute joy to see. We cannot wait to see what that's going to do. We've also got Don Cossack light cavalry, which we haven't used yet, and also Russian Ural Cossack Lancer cavalry, so that's going to be fantastic. Plenty of cannon. We are weak, however, upon line infantry, so it's going to be quite the battle, but we have to take this fight. We have to take this fight. We're up against a mixed bag, primarily melee troops, with also some bowmen involved in here, but they don't have that elite force. But these melee troops are going to be pretty tough for us to fight, because they are, look at the melee defense is 16, so we've got to do the damage before they reach us. Let's begin this fight, my friends. The sort of the second battle here of Chechnya and Dagestan. Let's do this. If we can hold with those other two armies that are standing by, they will also push in here against our lands there, the hinterlands there, because if they reach Moscow or something like that, Moscow is our sort of main production centre, both militarily and economic. Just deal with one thing at a time. Oh, goodness me. I mean, look at that as a defensive position. If imagine being upon that defensive hill there, what a joy that would be. Let's have a look at the topography. Oh, this is a huge deployment zone. I mean, this is absolutely massive, both in terms of depth and breadth here. Absolutely fantastic. But the undulations aren't enough to sort of really warrant us committing anywhere else along this sort of this deployment zone. So we're gonna pretty much stay where we are. We've got this slight undulation here, this incline was what the word I'm looking for here. Look at the guns we've got at our disposal, sir. Oh, look at that. We're going to have the field gun right at the centre, the great Tsar's gun here. We've got so much fire support, so much. Oh, this will be an absolute joy to see. So what we will actually do here is we'll just put them here. We're going to just divide these up here. Just going to put a little bit of space between them. Oh, look at this, sir. So look, oh my goodness me. Oh, look at that. That is nothing short of magnificent. Look at that. Even the etchings, the engravings here on it are fantastic. Look at this. Oh, fabulous. What a wonderful sight, sir. Now, let's put them in the line here. We're going to adjust our line here. We're going to make sure this is absolutely going to be... Let's actually move these aside here. And let's just give them the room they need here. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, let's bring them all into one group. And they're already unlimbered. They're so massive, they've unlimbered already. Absolutely fantastic. Right. Gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. What the blazes are you up to? For goodness sake, Malak, get yourself together, boy. That's more like it. A coherent front here. We'll put these onto quicklime. But look at that. What's the range on these guns, on these great Tsar guns here? A great 64 pounder. It should be an absolute brute, sir. Oh, you jest, sir. Look at the... That's the range of the gun. That is the range of the Tsar cannon. Is all the way up here. That is massive. We must have shrapnel shot. Oh my goodness. Well, well, well. That is a wonder to see. Now, let's get the general here. We do have, as I said before, promotions to be instigated here, but we're not until we have an episode where we don't have any fighting to start with. I do like to sort of put the promotions where we can, everybody can clearly see where they are, but we had a number of requests for different compositions of armies, which we'll definitely put into position here. Got the General's Bodyguard, which for some reason is not following orders. Thank you, gentlemen. I think we've got the sharpshooters here. I haven't seen these sharpshooters in a while. Oh goodness me, this is an absolute wonder, sir. Look at that. These sharpshooters are absolutely fantastic. I do like those. We should put them in this. We could even put them in this sort of tree line here. What the blazes? Why have we left this cannon out here? Thank you, gentlemen. Now let's get our main defensive line in position here. We don't really have much of a defensive force in terms of numbers, although ideally we'd like to see just a little bit of room to sort of stretch these forces as best we can to make sure we cover every angle. Let's just push these out to the flanks a little bit further, because if they do reach our flanks, it's going to be a pretty tough fight. We don't have the numbers. They have the numbers upon us here, so we have to use some cavalry here to whittle those numbers down before they reach us. Hopefully the fire support here will pretty much... Actually, I think what we'll do is divide these into two forces here, two separate. That's more like it, sir. And we've got them two there, so we can... A little bit too far away there. Let's just bring them in closer. Thank you. We should have these gentlemen... I think we'll have these gentlemen here. Again, that sort of really, that deep echelon light infantry will have use different behaviour, so we're just going to try and protect as much as we can here of this front. That's more like it. Just making sure we protect as much as we can. We've got that deep echelon. We're going to keep some of this cavalry back as a defensive force. We've got the cuirassiers. Let's have a look at these Ural Cossacks here. Oh, look at that. I've never seen these before. I must admit, I must confess, I've never seen... Look at... Oh my goodness me. If they were charging at you, you would definitely be trying to get out of the way. We'll use these gentlemen to attack this left flank here. We're going to keep some cavalry back, though. We do have these gentlemen here. We've gone the Don Cossacks here. Let's have a look what these gentlemen are like. Oh, look, that's a magnificent uniform there. I do like those. I do like those a lot. No, we're not going to go for that particular part of them, but we are going to have these gentlemen here, these cuirassiers on this flank here, and the lancers on this flank here. We are going to protect ourselves as best we can. Not going to leave anything to chance. Let's just put them in diamond formation, so if they attack the infantry... Right, I think we're ready, my friends, to take this fight here. This is an important battle, actually. A very important battle. We can't let anything slip past us. Let's begin. Oh my goodness. Bring everything in. Their own separate Svelaheen musketeers. Be careful of those. to have a formation here. We've got these gentlemen moving on the left here. So look at these guns firing. Don't tell me they're not firing. Pull them back. We're gonna lose cannons killing our generals here. Some real pain. Good grief, they've got a lot of forces there, my goodness me. We've got behind them though, the main thing is we've got them behind them. Let's stir the pot here, let's stir the pot here. Yes, if we can get rid of these here, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Yes, they've gone. Now let's focus on breaking some of these lines here. They've gone. That's a lot of troops they've got, my goodness me. Got to sort of pick away the extremities here. Expecting that. Get out, gentlemen, get out of there. Darth, we broken. We sort of disrupted this line here. If they attack us here, this is going to be an absolute brute of a fight. Get out of there, for goodness sake. we got to do. We've got to focus on narrowing and really crushing down. Come on, don't waste these men now, sir. Come on. We've got to put an end to these here. We've got to break these flanks here. Pick them apart. We have to pick these apart here. I do apologize, my friends, for double clicking there. This gunfire, the fire support here has been absolutely exceptional, sir. They've broken, the Cossacks have gone, the cuirassiers are still there, sir. To commit these forces here, sir. Come on, lads, come on, get in there. My goodness me, this cavalry has helped us out no end. What a shot! moved everything back here out of the way. It's been shattered. Let's try and break this flank here if possible. Switch our fire here. But I'll be damned. Let's finish off these extremities here of forces. This has been a tough fight. Now let's refocus our fire. Turn this flank here. Let's turn this battle here in our favour. This 64 pound has been an absolute joy to see. This cavalry's proved its worth 1,000-fold. Gentlemen, let's have some order here. Thank you. down to heal. Take care of the general. Come on, we need them shattered here. We're going to need to kill as many as possible. It's an absolute obliteration, sir. But nothing left. Not a beam left. That's more like it. What a hold here, sir. What a fight. Heroic victory, of course. That was an absolute joy, sir. We lost 659. They lost 4,609. 857 left. We absolutely crushed them. Look at that. 24 pounders here. 430. How did the heavy... What did the 64 pounder do? Probably at the very bottom. No, it didn't. I was unfair there at that. There it is. 64 pounder. They got 190 kills. Wow, that's excellent. That really was a crushing blow there, but they're in the hinterland now. They can really be a menace to us here. But we've got this force here, which I think we shall be sending here to deal with them. Yeah, let's send this force here to deal with this. We simply can't have them loitering about. These two armies here will be used to sort of hem in here as well. We've got this army group moving in here to Kars and Artvin to put an end to this Persian raid. Do have a formidable, a sizable fleet, shall we say. Nothing too great here, but that is a formidable army. At least led by a wonderful general, Ayesha Noshad. But mind you, he doesn't really have the troops here to back his sort of distinctive career up. Or distinguished career, should I say. But these armies really have fought a brutal fight. I think they've definitely earned the right here to be replenished and repaired, and indeed to have a general to sort of lead them. We do have these gentlemen here as well to back us up, fortunately. Only 72, that's not too bad at all. This army did suffer reasonable casualties, nothing too great. We'll have to deal with this force that slipped through the net here. This army here will deal with that in good time. We've got the remnants here of this force here, but they'll probably start wreaking havoc here. We'll use this army to mop up any loose forces lying around here. We do have, thankfully, we do have still many of these regions absolutely at full capacity in terms of economics, but the council did call upon us to make sure that all the roads here were at full. Infrastructure is actually at full, which is good to see here as well as at full. Again, we've got these armies here loitering about. Isfahan has still got this force here, which is by no means a walkover at all, especially with these mortars. Excuse my friends, the 24 pounders. We got the Quilbashi or Quizilbashi musketeers. And the Falahin musketeers. They are pretty good fighters. We mustn't be dismissive at all of what we've got here. Also, the council called for us to build a Persian fleet here. To actually build a force that's going to deal with and and control, and the Arabian Sea as well. So we've got to put together a force that's going to be dealing with and moved into the Persian Gulf and also into the Arabian Sea. Also looking to build additional forces in the Mediterranean. We've got allies with Spain here. Now Spain and Prussia are indeed very much a loggerheads, which we are keeping a distance for ourselves. Also the council did call that we move in these forces as close as possible so that we force the Venetians here to actually attack us and not for us to attack them. So in other words, for them to sort of fall upon our defences. So what we will do is next turn we will actually move these forces as close as we can to Udine, and try and force them into sort of attacking this wonderful. Oh, look at that! I mean, that is just exemplary. It really is. Oh, good grief! If that's not enough to make you weep with joy, nothing will. Look at this. Russian Tsar Guards, they're elite infantry. Look at this. We've even got Marines. We've got riflemen here with breech loaders. Plenty of cannon here. Marines really are the backbone here, but with these Tsars, the sharpshooters have proven their worth already, but it really is a fantastic force here. Also, the council warning that if we do take out Venice here, there's also a wonderful suggestion by the council. We actually move through the Alps here and attack Venice from behind here with an army group. So what we might do is detach an army group from here, these defenders here. We've got more than enough forces here to defend. We might actually detach an army group here. What have we got? And attack the Venice from behind. We might actually send... yeah, I think we'll send an army group down. Actually, that will help us actually have quite a force here as well. If we take Venice, it would give us a very strong military presence here, especially putting us almost in direct contact with... we haven't upgraded that. It's an absolute scandal, sir. But with Munich. Now, Munich really is a real bastion here for the Prussians. If we could have an army group possibly threatening here and all these forces, so once we've dealt with Venice, we will have all of these forces to be unleashed against Prussia if they attack us. So we'll actually start moving an army group away from here. Matt Schwalbe here, General Schwalbe. I think we'll send these forces here. We'll send these three armies here. This one is not at full capacity, but however, I think we need to still keep some forces here. So what we'll do is start... we can't at the moment. We'll have to move these forces from around Vienna. Oh, look at that. However, I would like to keep those forces there. Can we move this army just back here? Will that give them access to... yes, it would indeed. So we can move now this force here. We'll move to the Rauris mines. I'm going to take that council's advice because it was wonderful advice. And move through the Alps and attack them from around. Then we'll move this army back. We'll actually move this army back to here. We've got 1,500. What have we got coming in now? 16,611. Also, the council called for us to increase our trade presence, i.e. building some trade ships. I think we'll do that. Do we have any ships that need trade nodes? Alas, no. So what we might do is we might send a scout ship out to find out where we could target. Do we have any scout ships at all we can send? Ships that we are going to... oh, so wonder there, sir. Most of our ships are at the higher and heavy range of ships. Where's our furthest point here? We could probably send someone from Patras here in Moria. So let's just get ourselves a sloop of war. This will be our scout ship. We're going to scout those trade lines as the council has requested. They've also requested we increase our naval presence in the Black Sea. Excuse me, my friends, and also, as I said, the Arabian Sea as well is going to need a huge increase. But we do have we? Yes, we have got all of these. His army's being replenished as well, which is good to see. Excellent. So all these are being replenished and repaired. Excuse me, my friends. Here. forget to replenish these and repair these as well. For this army group, let's end the turn here. Research what? I think we have everything we need. Oh, also we've got to, once these here are dismantled, we are then going to put an economic position and also some church in the place as well. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens. Great Britain, who we have to keep another fight on our hands. Spain, an erstwhile ally. You can see here that's a pretty powerful fleet they've got there. Spain really sending out those religious envoys there. What will Prussia do? That's absolutely key here. Will they feel threatened by us moving that army group through the Alps? They haven't made it. Well, well, well. Sweden, I don't think we'll be doing that. They want Karelia and Astrakhan. Absolutely not a chance. Now we are allied with them, but we're not going to give them that. Persia have got so many forces. You're not going to start reinforcing here in Chechnya. I'm moving forces here deep into Persia itself. Yeah, we're going to see a mighty fight coming our way. Sir. We've got our defences well set up there. They will not break through here. We've got the Black Sea well and truly sealed off here. Now we'll just let them come through here. That's more like it. Should we have a naval battle? I think we should have a naval battle. I think, my friends, we have a naval battle. But we'll have that naval battle next episode. I think we'll have that battle next episode. I know that it's been quite a shortened episode. This one has not been as long as normal, friends. I do apologise for that. I do have quite a lot of work to do before tomorrow and Friday. So I'm not going to be able to really have this a very long episode. But what we'll do, I think we'll have a naval. We don't normally see. I don't do many naval battles, but I'd like to do this one because they're quite clearly looking to hit St. Petersburg here because they know it's one of our major trade ports, or our main trade port here. We have over, I think, nearly 50,000 gold goes through here, imports and exports every single day. So you can imagine, it is vital. That's why we've pretty much put this massive force in place. But I think we might take this fight. We've got the backup here, the steamships. We've got the Chesma leading here, the Gleb, Klileona, Maskim, Ispov, Ednik, Paris, Zachariah, and Elisavat. I think, oh my goodness me, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name because I know I will do a disservice to that name there. Raphael. So I think we'll actually have a naval battle next episode, but I think we're going to end this here, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do apologise for the shortness of this particular episode. It's usually shorter than I normally do. It'll either be another Russian campaign episode next, or it might even be perhaps Norway or the USA campaign. I know normally it's a Spanish campaign normally, but I will probably push the Spanish campaign back a little bit because I know the USA campaign really is starting to build a head of steam there, so I'd like to try and keep that one going as best I can. But I hope you've enjoyed this, my friends. Whatever you're doing, I'd like to thank all of you for your wonderful advice, your exemplary advice and support and proposals and ideas. I will promise you I can include all of them in this campaign. We only are where we are because of the council. It's been absolutely incredible. But my friends, whatever you're doing, please be safe. Hope you're having a great time whatever you're doing. But once again, my friends, keep an eye out because it's probably going to be the USA campaign next. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.